So, it's been a bit since my last upload, and I wish I had a valid excuse, but, Anyways, I decided to bring out one of my old favorite challenges for my channel. I'm gonna do a 4x weakness run in Pokemon Ultra Sun, meaning all Pokemon must have a 4x weakness. I'm doing this, in my opinion, the hardest Pokemon game. Let's get this started. You know, for once, the starter actually starts with a 4x weakness. And funny enough, it loses it. But you know what, Rowlet? You'll be fun. I haven't used you in years, I don't think. I'll call you Tootsie. A wild Howl appeared, and the wild Howl was defeated. And Howl immediately wants a round 2. It was the exact same fight as the first one, except this time, a baby rat died alongside of his weird seal thing. And now I can finally catch my next team member, Wingull, who in this generation got Drizzle when it evolved, making Pelipper immediately OU. I also just realized this Wingull's level 7. It's basically on par with Tootsie already. I'll call you Men, because hallelujah, it's raining. That is so bad. Captain Yima fight, I don't know if I'll include it. You prick. Guess who just lost to Yima? You are such a fucking...
Don't let your kids watch it!
Okay, one level made the entire difference. Never thought a Smear will be such an obstacle to overcome. Fucking finally, my next team member, Alolan Rattata, who for some reason has a 10% encounter rate on Route 2. I should have just gone back to Route 1. And I catch the little fucker. I'll call you Frank. And now it's time to face the totem Gumshoos. I leave with Frank and I bite it. It barely does any damage. Gumshoos calls in Yungoos, bite almost one-shot the Yungoos, then very fittingly, a combination of Yungoos and Gumshoos ate Frank alive. Poor bastard. I then sent in Tootsie Fish and both off a couple Razor Leafs. Well, besides one completely devoured and gutted rat, pretty easy first trial, I gotta say. Jesus Christ, this is the third Howl fight on this goddamn island. Okay, another easy-ass battle with Howl. Seriously though, why are there so many goddamn Howl fights on this island? Oh god, Hollow's here to avenge his grandson for the whoopings I've been giving him. Except, Hollow fails. Tootsie switched his entire team. 4 workups and I pecked through his entire team. I even got a crit on his Craballa, which is very soothing to me. This motherfucker got me with 5 crits in a row on his Machop one of my attempts. Yeah, Focus Energy works for him, never for me. Dick. But you know what? My struggles are worth it because Tootsie's evolving, which would have been real fucking helpful for that Kahuna fight, honestly. Well, you're dapper, and the last time I'm gonna evolve you, so I guess that's positive. Wonder if I should take all those attempts with Hollow critting me back to back to back as a warning to continue this challenge. Nah, let's keep going. This is kind of fun. And now for my favorite part of every Ultra Sun run. I get to do Mantine Server to teach my Pokemon weird moves, which includes Men learning Shockwave, because for some reason, a Wingull can learn Shockwave.
The next day.
Alright, I got over 250 of them, which unfortunately in the long run may not be enough. Yeah, I have a lot planned out for this. And Hal wants to throw it out again. You know, I just thought about it. How is soloing the amount of rival fights he had in early Black and White all by himself? Like, Jesus Christ, man.
And the second I see some ass, I'm kicking it.
And speaking of fighting, this Edgewood wants to go, and Frank absolutely devoured his Zora and his Zubat. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Then out comes this abomination called Type Null. Send a Tootsie out, Razor Leaf it to death. It almost kills me, but it didn't. You know what? Here's a little bright side of all that pointless rival fighting. Frank's evolving. And now it's got diabetes. And now it's time for the next trial, which is the Totem Araquanid trial. First up, I'll off with Frank, which may seem weird, but here's the thing. Frank learns Scary Face when it evolves, so I can drop it at Araquanid's speed, so my Pokemon can outspeed it. But unfortunately, Frank can only get 2 off before going down. Next up, we'll send in Men. I get 2 wing attacks off, doing decent damage, a little over half, but then the Dupitor called in, plus Araquanid took down Men. And then I send out Tootsie, I go for a Supersonic Sky Strike, and I nuke that thing into orbit. And then Dupitor went down to 2 pecks. That was actually really fun. I'm surprised I actually got mileage out of Frank for that, because Leech Life in this game, holy shit. And now we arrive at the Royal Avenue, the place where the modern Pokemon fan still doesn't know how to play, and yet they demand the Battle Frontier to return. Anyway, the BP I earned from Mantine Surf I would use here to get a very special item. The Damp Rock. It excels at making things wet for much longer, including your mother. Enough of that, time for my next team member, Salandit. And the very first one's a female. That's actually extremely lucky. Okay, and an easy capture. So, I was going to SOS till I got Salazzle, but this thing knows Dragon Rage. I'll call you Peggy. And now it's time for the next trial, a Total Marowak's trial. First up, we have Peggy, and Peggy takes Marowak's thick club. Marowak's wife Slotzo comes back home, saw her man was a much younger version of herself, got mad and sent Peggy packing. Oh god, I just heard a shitty soap opera. I send out Frank next. Quick Claw pops, I get a rain dance off, because for some reason, Raticate can learn the rain dance TM. And then like an absolute champ, Frank takes a 4-time super effective Brick Break that does enough damage to the Salazzle with Quick Attack to bring it in range of its death by Quick Attack from Men, who I send out next. And then I hit Marowak with a Hydro Vortex, and even with the rain boosted Water type Z move, it still is a one-shot. But then another Water Pulse takes it out. You know what's funny? I just realized, I'm pretty sure I did a Thief strategy in my last challenge video, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Like, Jesus Christ, so giving a Marowak a thick club this early on with a speed boost, like, they really tried to make a really hard Pokemon game. They succeeded. You know how it just says this is a hard Pokemon game? Well, observe, the easiest battle of the video, the Total Ranges trial. I lead off with Frank, except the Sun was saying that for some reason he can learn that too. Frank goes down, then I send out Peggy, then I one-shot that thing with a Sun-boosted Inferno Overdrive. And oh yeah, the Kagon called in, goes down to 2 Dragon Rages. I gotta say, when I first started this challenge, I did not think I'd get so much mileage out of a fucking Raticate of all things. Like, this thing's a weather bringer, and it's been saving me a lot of stress and troubles. Oh my god, it's happening.
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
I'm sorry, I had to. You know, I think it's time for our next team member. I can talk to this lady and buy the Helix fossil. Let's not question the efficacy of buying dead Pokemon right now. And this guy will revive my fossil to Omnite. And honestly, I never really get the chance to use this thing, so why not? You know, where did the Lord Omnite or Lord Helix mean come from? Like, I have no idea. That just happened one day. That's why I'm gonna name it Lord. Oh god, it's Guzma's bitch. That was incredibly easy. Also, her poor Salandit, that thing is Omega dead. And now we're fighting Olivia. First up is her Anorith. I lead off with Lord. After a Bug Bite, I one-shot it with Brine. Next up's her Lily, whose type makes it a real bitch to deal with, honestly. So I send in Peggy, which may seem stupid, but Drag Rage can do half its health, and Peggy can take 1 Ancient Power, so another Drag Rage takes out Lily. Last up's her Like Rock. Peggy goes down, then I send in Men and set up the rain with Drizzle, then Megan flinches from Bite, and then gets killed by Continental Crush. Well, Manny, so you did your job. Lord comes back out, and I one-shot it with an Aqua Vortex. And now that we've beaten Olivia, next up is the 8th of Paradise. And I swear to God, I won't make the same joke I make every video about it. You know, she may be completely batshit insane and a horrible mother. I'd still smash Luzamine, honestly. And now we're fighting Caligan, except for once, the fight's actually somewhat challenging. First up is Brio, and I lead off with Tootsie and Razor Leaf 2-shots it. Next up is Flareon. I swap out to Man with Drizzle, makes Flareon basically worthless, 2 Water Pulses doing it. Next up is Alolan Raichu. He goes for Psychic for some reason. I mean, it still kills men, but why'd you go for Electro Ball, dude? So I send in Frank, Sucker Punch, one-shots it. Next up is his Tauros. I U-turn out into Lore 2, Brian's doing it. And last up is his Noibat. And this little fucker was annoying. So, I go for a rollout, but I missed the second one. Then I go for a rollout again, I don't kill it, then Bite flinches me. Then Bite flinches me again, but then finally another rollout takes it out. I swear to God, Lord, if you lost that fight, I might have boxed you. And would you look at that? My next team member, TheMudkipCO. And an easy capture. And while technically TheMudkipCO is not a 4x weakness yet, it evolves at 2 levels, becomes a 4x weakness, so that'll be fine. I'll call you Bagpipes. And would you look at that? The problem already solved itself.
Bagpipes from Baghdad.
Peggy's evolving. I didn't see this coming, honestly. I think I finally understand you, Hank.
She's my hoe now.
Okay, damn. Now for the Totem Togedemaru fight. Except, Peggy has Corrosion, meaning I can Toxic this thing despite being a Steel type. So it's just a waiting game at this point. And down goes the Togedemaru. And down goes his friend Skarmory too. And with that, the second easiest trial of the video probably. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I wish I could say I came up with that strategy or I knew about it beforehand, but no. I watched an M&J TV video about it, and he did the exact same thing, so I just copied him. And now we're fighting Guzma, because Kakui can't handle his own problems. First up, this is a Gliscopod. The Elephant Men, and Air Cutter makes it switch out with the emergency exit out to his Masquerain, who's the real threat. So I take an Air Slash, I U-turn out to Lord, a couple rollouts do it as I almost die. But then out comes Gliscopod, rollout pitches that off too. Okay, Lord, you did a good job cleaning him up, but Jesus Christ, man, can you please evolve? Oh my God, you kind of suck. Tootsie, what the fuck do you think you're doing? No. Here we go, our next team member, which means one of our guys is getting replaced. And I caught him. I'll call you Chuck. I don't know why. And I'm sorry, Frank, you're getting replaced. You actually saved us a lot during this run, but it's time for you to retire. Also, Rock Electric's way cooler than normal Dark. Wait, you're telling me Fortress can't learn Iron Head? What is this bullshit? And now we're doing the TheMudkipCO trial. First up, we go with Tootsie. I go for Plug to Break Disguise and eat its Slumberry. Tootsie goes down as it calls in a Banette. Next up, I throw out Peggy. I toxic the thing, so now it's a waiting game. After waiting for a while, it goes down, then a Brian from Lore takes out the Banette it called in. Something this challenge taught me is that I've been sleeping on Salazzle, not in the way you Scaly's wish. Like, this thing is so damn good. Like, I've always just never got it because of the whole, you know, only 12% female females can only evolve bullshit, but no, it's awesome. Even though Tootsie came in clutch with plucking away that Mimikyu's Lumberry, it's time to replace him. Earlier in the run, I caught myself a Cottony, but turning up in the background, it would evolve into a Whimsicott, so it's gonna be a new replacement. Her name is Katrina. Oh god, it's this bitch again. And a Alolan Graveler completely destroys her team. Well, on the plus side of fighting Plumera, Chuck evolved to a Alolan Golem, and I totally didn't forget to record its evolution or anything. Speaking of evolutions, Ammonite's finally evolving. Seriously, why the fuck is this thing evolved at level 40? And now it's whatever the hell this thing is. And now it's the face of Big Bad Guzma. First was a Glissapod, over Men, Air Cutter brings it to emergency exit. Out comes his Pinsir. 2 Throw Chops do a lot of damage to Men, but 2 Air Cutters finish off his Pinsir. Out comes a Masquerain. Ascendant Lord, and thanks to the Drizzle Men setup, Swift Swim activates, allow Lord to outspeed Masquerain one shot with the Ancient Power. Then last comes Glissapod, Ancient Power finishes it off. And while I was gone, Lily got kidnapped. And now this emo fuck wants to fight again. And Chuck made this edgelord his bitch. And now for the most impromptu grand trial. Nanu's supposed to stabilize level Men. I go for Warpulse, get a crit, and he goes for Power Gem and almost kills Men. I wish my stabilizer had that damage output. Another Warpulse finishes out. Out comes this Persian, Men goes down, and then Lord 2 Brian's doing in. And last time's Croc. Brian obliterated that poor crocodile. I know the joke isn't unique about how, oh, Lily got kidnapped, let's have our grand trial, but it's even more fucked to think about it. It's an 11-year-old girl, we're having a Pokemon battle. What the fuck's up with this region? And now we're doing the raid on Aether Paradise, much like the raid on the Institute in Fallout 4, except Aether Paradise is actually evil. There's also only 2 fights that matter here. Let's get to those. The first fight that matters here is Guzma. He's off with Glissapod, off with Men. Air Cutter activates emergency exit. Out comes his Vikavolt. He goes for Thunderbolt as I switch into Chuck. I go for Rock Slide, almost taking it out, but then he takes me out with an Energy Ball. I send in Men back out to finish it with a Water Pulse. Out comes his Pinsir. He goes for Stone Edge, almost taking Men out. I go for U-turn, send it Katrina. He swaps out the Masquerain. I hit it with a Hurricane. That's guaranteed to hit thanks to the rain. Another Hurricane takes it out. Out comes Pinsir. I go for Hurricane, almost taking it out. He hits me with an X-Scissor. Rain out to finish it with the Fairy Wind. Out comes Glissapod. Not wanting to miss Hurricane, I send in to Lord. He goes for First Suppression, and then a Sucker Punch, but I finish it with an Ancient Power. And now we're at the other fight that matters, Luzamine. Except, I think her AI is broken because her Clefable, it has Psychic, but it chooses not to use it while I have pasted up 2 nasty plots and I super through her entire team. Also, her Milotic survived a Sludge Bomb, but went for Icy before dying to Poison, and her Lopunny, which outspeed me, hit me with an Ice Punch for some reason. Like, is her AI literally this stupid? Everything else got one shot by either Flamethrower or a Sludge Bomb. Like, oh my god, what the hell was this fight? And there she goes. Well, I'm sorry, Lily. Your mom's probably dead. And now we continue our journey like nothing happened. Would you look at that cute little thing? Our next team member. And I caught the little bastard. And here's the thing. Who am I replacing? If it isn't obvious, it's gonna be Peggy. If you can't tell, I'm building a Drizzle/Rain Dance team here, kind of. And, well, having a Salazzle doesn't really fit that well. I mean, neither does Jangmo here, but hey, it fits better. So, Hank, she is your hoe now. You can have her. I'm gonna name you Gary. You know what's the best part about this guy? I can immediately evolve him into his final evolution with the rare candies I have. And now we're doing a Komodo fight. First up, we lead off with Lord. He's Ice Wind to drop Komodo's speed, and then calls in a Noivern. I go for Ice Wind again, dropping its speed again, and almost hit up the Noivern, but then Lord goes down. I send out Men, go for Air Cutter, kill the Noivern, get a crit on Komodo, and then Men gets obliterated by a Thunder Punch. Jesus Christ, these game gives these guys so much coverage. I send out Katrina, it calls in Caesar. I go for Hurricane because it's guaranteed to hit, and down goes Komodo. And then send in Chuck to finish Caesar with 2 Fire Punches. Had to use 2 because of the rain. I'm really the catalyst to my own destruction here. And now it's time for the first Ultra Necrozma fight. I just had Chuck use Fire Punch a couple times and I finished with an Inferno Overdrive. Let's get to the real Necrozma fight now. And here we are, the Ultra Necrozma fight, the hardest fight in all of Pokemon. And I cheesed the hell out of this guy. Katrina has the Prankster ability. I taught it Toxic me, I hit with the Toxic. Then I survived Photon Geyser thanks to a Focus Sash I got. Hit with the Leech Seed, Katrina goes down, and then I send in Bagpipes. I go for Bug Bite, it's just about a Power Gem, and I go for Protect, and it dies from the Leech Seed and Toxic combo. Boom. Ain't this a cute little bow to end this villain plot? Now let's go kick the shit out of a cute little Fairy-type Pokemon. And now it's time for the final island trial, the Totem Rabombi, which is kind of a step down from Ultra Necrozma and ToToCoMo, but you know what, whatever, it was easy. First up, we all have a Men, hit with a Hurricane, goes for Dazzling Gleam, calls in a Blitz, another Dazzling Gleam, takes out Men. So then, I send in Bagpipes and Gyro Ball finishes off the Rabombi, and then Bug Bite takes out Blissey, which is not surprising. Any physical attack can take out a Blissey. And now with this final island trial complete, we gotta beat up Hapu, and then we can get to the Elite Four. Let's do this. And here we are, the final grand trial against Hapu, the ground type trainer. And it goes exactly as I expected to with me having a Rain Dance team. I quite literally one-shot all of her Pokemon, not counting me U-turning between Men and Katrina. So yeah, it was a massacre. Let's hope the Elite Four is a bit more challenging than this. Oh yeah, there's a Gladion fight for the Elite Four. I kind of forgot he existed, which shows the impact he had on me as a character. Anyway, first up is Crobat, lead off with Men, 2 Skulls, take him out, but I'm low HP, and then he says it's Lucario, but actually it was a Zoroark. And this dumbass wasted his Z-move on a Pokemon with 40 HP. I'm starting to see why your mother doesn't love you. Men goes down, I send in Katrina, finish Zoroark off the Moonblast. Out comes the real Lucario, go for a U-turn, out into Lure, check out 1 Skull. Last up is a Silvally, but it's Fire type, because I could just Tootsie at the very start, aka Rally, which wasn't planned by the way, and Scald one-shot that thing. Now on to the Elite Four. The first Elite Four member we're fighting is whatever this flying type trainer's name is. I can't be bothered to remember her name. First up's her Braviary. You know, if a Chuck set up a Stealth Rock to get out on a Rock Slide. Out comes Hawlucha. For some reason, she goes for a Throat Chop and not a flying type move. I don't know, Thunder Punch one-shots it. Out comes Bandit, but with a Bone Rush, but a couple Rock Slides to get out. And then comes her Toucannon. Skill Link, Bullet Seed takes out Chuck. Ain't that about a bitch. Send in Men. She goes for a Supersonic Air Strike, one-shots it, but thanks to the rain, Swiftloop can activate with Lure. I can finish with an Ice Beam. Last up is her weird dancing bird I can't remember the name of. Ancient Power destroys that thing. On to the next member. Next week, member we'll be facing is Olivia, the Rock-type trainer. She was with Armaldo. I lead with Bagpipes. I set up 3 layers of spikes, and I eventually took the thing out with a combination of Bug Bite and Gyro Balls. Next up is her Gigalith. It stuck the sand with Sandstream, and then takes out Bagpipes with the Stone Edge. I send out Mendril, places Sandstorm with Drizzle, take out the Scald. Out comes her Lycanroc. I swap to Gary since I know she's going for a Z-Boo. In case in point, she does. It does nothing. And after that, Lycanroc failed to a couple Brick Breaks. Same goes for her Probopass, and then her Credilli. On to the next member. Next week, we'll be facing Molayne, the Steel-type trainer. First up is Klefki. I lead off with Bagpipes, set up 3 layers of spikes, and so does he. Touche, prick. Send out Chuck to get out a couple Fire Punches. Then out comes his Zolon Duck Trio. Hits me with a critical Earthquake. You're really dropping the hydrogen bomb on a coughing baby there, huh? Send out Men to get out of the Scald. Out comes Magazone. Now you turn out into Gary, finish it with a Brick Break. Then comes Metagross. I side sack off Gary, then send out Men, finish it with a Rain Boosted Scald. And the same goes for his last Pokemon, Bisharp. On to the final member. And the final member we face is Acerola, the Ghost-type trainer. Still with Bennett, I lead off with Bagpipes. She goes for Screech, and Bagpipes one-shots it with the Payback. Next up's her Palisand. So with the Men and one-shot with the Skull. She's out Frostlass, I U-turn back out into Bagpipes, and I one-shot with the Payback. So Delma, I swap out the Men to get out with a couple of Hurricanes. And last up's her Drift Blimp. I let Men go down, then I send out Bagpipes back out, and I take it out with a few more Paybacks. Never thought I'd sweep someone with the Fortress, but hey, I'm here for it. I love this thing. Now on to the champion fight. And now we're doing the champion fight against Tao. He's off the low and right, chilling off the Bagpipes. Bagpipes takes a Thunderbolt. I one-shot with the Bug Bite. He sends out Flareon. I swap the Men. I one-shot with the Skull. Next up is Crabominal, and he whips the Stone Edge. I one-shot with the Hurricane. That didn't go to plan, did it, Al? Sends out Tauros. I start off with the Lord. Thanks to Swiftswim, I can outspeed Tauros and one-shot with the Rain Boosted Skull. This is the start of Primarina. I know he's gonna go for a Z-move, so I sack off Lord to a Hydro Vortex. Sorry, Lord. That must hurt. And I send out Katrina. I go for Giga Drain. He goes for a Moonblast, and a final Giga Drain takes it out. And last up is Noivern. He takes out Katrina with an Air Slash, and I send out Men. Men takes the Dragon Pulse, and I finish Noivern with an Ice Beam. And now, we are the champions. And just like that, you can beat Pokemon Ultra Sun with only 4 times weaknesses. Yeah, sorry for how long it took to get this video out. I was just being lazy. I had no excuse. I was playing too much Fallout New Vegas, honestly. So anyway, hopefully the next video will be out soon, because I know what I'm doing, but let's be real, I've said that 100 times over already. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, future all the bullshit, and I'll see y'all later. Peace, bitches!